Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. I am quite ill, so bear with me with this video. It's not going to be as energetic, and I'm not going to have to talk for as long as I usually would. But if you didn't know by the title already, this is going to be like the beginner's guide to vintage reselling in 2026. So I'm going to teach you everything I know and everything you need to know going forward to learn the skill. So first thing first, you probably notice in, not many shoes up there, loads like in front of me here. There's a big bundle of shoes here and here. Because last night I did a big whatnot show, and basically I had a lot of like stock. Now this is what I was going to talk to you. Obviously, like with the title, this is the beginner's guide. You will eventually, like when you're a few months deep, get to the point where you do have like a lot of just leftover stock. Because as much as you want to sell everything, not everything is going to sell smoothly and perfectly. So like, you know, I'm going to be real and honest with you guys. I'm not going to be resellers. Like, yeah, I sell every single pair, every single thing I own. I make this much every single month. Like some months are going to be slightly smaller than others. If you're buying, let's say 100 pairs a month, you can't expect to sell all 100 pairs within that month. It's just not how it works. So you do end up with like quite a lot of stock. Every shoe I sold on Whatnot, bar 2, were all brand new stuff. So I had these like triple back Please 6000s in a size 5, just sort of kicking about. I had shoes like this that just like let's be real, they aren't the most attractive shoe. Like if that was like in a black or a grey or like all white, that'd be a really nice shoe, the Spiridon 2s. But in that colourway, like this is all a lot of stock. And I want to speak on Whatnot a little bit in this video, but this is all stock. Most of it, or not most of it, a lot of it was from the outlet online stores like House of Fraser, Reebok, Adidas, and some outlet stuff. A couple of bits from the JD sale I did a video on. Most of those actually sold on eBay now, so I definitely way over profited on those, but a couple like the New Balance and I believe another pair of the Feelers somewhere in this pile. Oh no, the Feelers didn't actually sell, they're actually up there, so yeah. Most of those JD sales, actually only one pair from the JD sale hadn't sold. They're right there, so that's a good thing. So there you go, there's proof if anyone wondered. The JD sale I did a video on, go and check it out. It's in my previous videos. Every single pair, bar 1 sold, and they sold on Whatnot last night. I think for like break even. So I literally made profit and got my money back, so I didn't lose a single bit. So there's proof that actually works. Anyway, so yeah, going on Whatnot. So with vintage reselling, okay, how you start, right? As I spoke about this in my last video, you sell some bits around the house, get a lump sum of money, and then you want to start. Now, I strongly suggest you get into a Vinted monitor, which is what we use. And I've done videos on this. Go and check it out. The Vinted monitor is the best way you're going to start your reselling journey. Honestly, if you could just start from the get-go, it took me about a month to get in because I was like browsing on the Vinted homepage and buying like a few like Nike hoodies that I saw for like 10 to 12 pounds and then selling them for like 15, 16. So I wasn't making like huge profits. I was only making like £4 a hoodie, and I was doing like trying to do 5 a day. So I was making about 20 quid a day, which again isn't that bad. But like I said at the start of this video, you're not going to sell every single thing. So I did profit a fair amount. And there was a few pairs of trainers and tracksuits that I managed to find, because sometimes like on the Vinted monitor, I don't know how many people are in our server. I think 300 and 400, I'm not too sure. I know it's about 300. There's other Vinted monitors out there, not as good as R1 though, because their ones aren't as quick, and I'm not just shitting on everyone's monitors. Genuinely, R1 is sick. There's a reason I joined it. It's the reason I've stayed. I could have easily changed monitors, but I'm staying in my one because it is genuinely the best. If there's a certain time someone uploads like a cheap trainer, so let's say, I don't know, 12, 15 p.m. on a Tuesday, most people are at work, most people are at school. Not many people are reselling full time, and if you are, then fair play, you probably are, but there might be like occasional shoes that slip through the monitor that no one's there at that exact minute of time, because it's constantly posting shoes like 10, 20 every few seconds. So, you know, there'll occasionally be a fair amount of shoes that slip sort of under the radar that you can get on the thing, but I strongly suggest you get in a monitor. It's £15 for your first month with the code LOCKER, because you get £10 off your first month. It's usually 25. You can cancel at any time, right? So you could join it, pay your 15 quid. £15 is nothing. That's literally how much you'd pay for a McDonald's meal if you was going with your mate to McDonald's. You're going to scan it in 5 seconds and it's done. You could spend £15 for a month in the monitor and make 10 grand, realistically, if you had enough money to start with. But you can make it, it's unlimited. You can make as much as you want, as little as you want. If you spend every day on the monitor and you buy 20 pairs of really good trainers, like you get Air Max 90s, Air Max 1s, 270s, all like 270 Reacts, all really good like pairs of trainers, and you just get like 30 of them every single day, which is going to lead me on to my next point, then you are going to make the money. I went through a bad patch in like November, December time, and I was just spam buying any trainers that were listed for like £5 or £6 or £7, and I was going, oh yeah, I'll definitely make money on those. I'm going to show an example of some bad shoes. Do not buy these. Things like this, right? I couldn't even tell you what shoe this is. Oh, it's a Revolution 3. Right, that is a Povo shoe. Yeah, the most Povo shoe I've probably ever seen. It's like UK size 3. It's your average, like, mum goes to jazzercise class on a Tuesday night. Like, these are probably brand new in Nike for like 15 quid, realistically, right? Actually, a UK size 5, which isn't a bad size, but, you know what I mean? No one is buying these second hand, because you can just go into the Nike outlets or Nike store, just online on Amazon, anything like that, and get a pair of these shoes for like 15 quid. You know, I might have picked these up for, I don't know, let's say 3 quid and gone, oh my god, I've got an absolute steal. I picked these up for 3 quid, but unless I'm selling them for like a £5, I'm not ever going to sell them. So I've had these literally. These are probably my longest running shoes, probably about for 3 months now. But then on the other hand, I'm going to show you an example. So obviously this is all vintage reselling. Now we call it vintage reselling, but you can list the same items. I would strongly suggest just using Vinted to buy, because Vinted is the most popular platform in the mall and it's easier to buy, and we have our Vinted monitor for that reason. But I would strongly suggest you list on Vinted and eBay, and if you can, Depop. I don't personally use Depop. I've heard mixed reviews, but some people list on. I mean, it's free to list. If you list them on there for the same price as eBay and Vinted, you just got an extra chance. You know, if you list on them free, you've got 3 times as chance they sell compared to 1. Now, the reason why I go into this is because I never really sold much on eBay. Like the eBay sales that I've shown you on here and what I've done previously are all new stuff, because Vinted, which is a new rule on Vinted by the way, don't sell new stuff on Vinted. They don't like new with tags because they can flag you up as a commercial seller, and you can get like a 5-day ban, a 7-day ban, a message about Vinted Pro, which I had recently, and I don't want to go Vinted Pro because from what I've heard, there's a lot more negatives than positives with Vinted Pro. But this is where I say, get an eBay account, get a Depop account, and list on all your new stuff, list on eBay, and used stuff as well. But I'll look for them in a minute, but I'm going to show you on the screen right now. I bought these Air Max 90s for, I think it was £6 if I'm incorrected. You'll see it on the screen anyway, but like about £9 all in with delivery fees. I had them on my Vinted. About 3 or 4 days, they've had quite a lot of interest, but I stuck them on eBay Friday morning, quite early because I was working in the office at like 8 AM, and they sold by like 2 PM for the full price, for the 45 quid that I wanted for them. So I sold them for 45 and I paid less than 10. So I literally made £35 just on a Friday, like chilling in the office, like at work. Oh no, so I sold a pair of Air Max Plus TNs, right, for £30. UK size 6 as well. Like, bearing in mind they usually go for a little bit less than that on Vinted. I stuck them up as well. I think I stuck them up Thursday evening quite late, and they sold again Friday yesterday. So I sold 2 pairs on eBay instantly. I've never listed on eBay like pre-loved items before, so I added 2 and I sold them both in the same day. So there's proof that if you're gonna buy and sell, get a load, clean them up, obviously like I've shown you before. Go and watch my previous videos, guys, because I'm not going to explain everything in one video, but basically you buy the trainers, you clean the trainers, you take the photos, you list them on all 3 platforms. I haven't dabbled in Depop just yet, but I am going to start, because I feel like if I can upload to Depop, then I'm just going to get like even more chance of selling them, even though I don't think Depop's as common. Right guys, we're back and we finally found them. They were tucked right in the shoe rack. These MX 90s, 45 quid, sport for like £9. Absolute bargain. So I just wanted to show you something and speak to you about eBay a little bit more and whatnot. So with eBay, once you've made 150 quid and done like 10 sales, so you sold 10 shoes at 15 quid or whatever, you basically get your money quicker. So what happens is you go on the website, you go on the app, obviously you've sold a pair of shoes. On same with Vinted and everything else, you click like get prepaid label, because obviously unless you're doing your own label printing, which I do on Whatnot, you have to, but Vinted, eBay and everything else, I'm really out of breath right now, I'm ill. Yeah, you get your prepaid label and then within 24 hours you get your money, so you actually get your money before you dispatch. Now obviously I know you're probably thinking, hang on a minute, how is that fair? Because you might just take your money, dip, and then not dispatch your item. Well, then obviously then you're going to get banned and you're going to have to pay the money back and you're going to get loads of fines and stuff. So obviously you're not going to do that. The good thing about it is you get your money quicker. Now, I don't necessarily withdraw that quickly, even though it's good because, you know, if the person on the other side buys the item and has an issue with it, let's say it's not up to scratch or that it's come damaged or whatever, they're going to want a refund and their money back. So yeah, don't withdraw it that quick. But the good thing is the money comes in. So the second they, if you can see, as it says, our item's now been received, you can then be like, okay, cool, got my money, because they would have said a problem by now. So that's that. That's one thing. So yeah, you get a pre-love label, take it to the post office, they print it off for you. Another thing, now certain shoes, like these MX ones, I sold for 75 quid. By the way, I picked them up for like 60, so I made a good 15 quid on these, but I held on to these for quite a while. Basically, I went to one of the outlets and I saw them in there, and they were like 135, obviously 50% off, like 60 something quid. I thought it was 124. I paid like £62.50 or something, and I thought, oh, these will be well good. I'll definitely get 100 on eBay. And I looked, and I didn't. I mean, I've had them up for like 90, and they just took a little while to sell, so I did drop them. So I was still profiting, only by like 12 quid, but you know, still £12. But with eBay, as you can see, this is an eBay box. They go for an authenticating process where they have to check if you list it brand new with box and no damaged box or anything, because I've been stung by this before. I listed as like brand new with box. I don't know if you can see it up there, that black box here. I think it got more damage in transit, but it was very slightly damaged. But it said, oh, shoes are like passed. They're all authentic. They are real, obviously, because I've bought them from like, I don't buy fake shoes. I get most of these I get from the outlets or whatever. They have to go through a checker, and I actually did a little sneaky thing by there, let you know a little secret. So the Spiridons, them ugly shoes I showed you earlier up there, they was originally in this full box, and this full box is in prime condition. The Air Max 1s are in a half box, and I obviously didn't know about this, so I listed as with brand new with box, because it is with a box, it's just a half box, not a full box. Anyway, I did a little secret trick, and I used a hairdryer, basically hair dried the label off that box onto here, and look, You wouldn't even know. So hopefully that passes authentic guarantee. Because technically it is. It's still the same label and it is a box. It's just a different box. But oh well. So yeah, I'll send that off. That then goes to an authenticator. And I kind of rate it in a way. Because it means that if you're buying a brand new pair of shoes for quite a big price, like 75 quid, which obviously is way cheaper than retail, because MX1s on retail are like 165 or something ridiculous. If it passes, then you know you've got real shoes, because there are people out there that would sell fakes. Now personally, I don't do fakes. I don't wear fake items. I don't wear fake shoes. I don't like fakes. The only thing I would wear, and I do have one. Well, actually, I got my son one. It's like football shirts, because there's no way a football shirt should be like £100. That is absolutely outrageous behaviour. If you're listening, yeah, Premier League teams, that is ridiculous. 90 quid for a t-shirt, for a freaking shirt that only lasts a year, because by the next year there's a new one out. Drop your prices. They should be no more than 35 quid. Anyway, they're the only exception to fakes. Anything else I don't wear, like fake coats. Like, why are you wearing fake coats, bro? Like, I just don't see the point in wearing a fake, like, I don't know, Moncler coat that's worth like 800 quid. But like, yeah, I got it for a tenner in Turkey. Look at it, it's well nice. It's like, yeah, but you're trying to like wear it thinking you're rich when you're not. Like, people aren't going to look at you and go, oh, he's wearing an £800 coat. Like, that's not reality. Just buy the real version. Stop buying fakes. Anyway, down to you. I won't wear fakes. But yeah, so that's eBay. And then again with Whatnot, I've got a little printer here. It's very, very small. This is a little thumb print, right? I have a mini printer here because I got it sent to me on TikTok, and the little wheels of labels are like 5 quid for 10, and each 10 prints off like 50 labels. So you get like 500 labels for a fiver. The printer was free, right? So I could get myself a big printer, like one of the normal size printing labels, but they're like, a decent one's like 80 quid plus all the paper. I think, well, am I going to go spend nearly £100 when I can choose that one? Because what it prints on there, the barcode and stuff, the post office can still scan, because I've been doing it. But yeah, on Whatnot, I just wrap up the parcels, so obviously the boxes, I wrap them up in like, what's it called, like black wrap, and then sellotape it, keep it all nice in there, and then obviously stick a label on it. And it is quite time consuming, because a normal person would have the printer and print out all the labels in a row, so like all in one go, so you've got all the labels there, so you just read them out, package. I have to do it one by one, but I'm not really fussed at the end of the day. Like, I'm not a huge Whatnot seller. Like last night I did 20 parcels, and I think couple of the sellers bought like 1 or 2, so they were going the same wrapping. So it's not, printing 20 labels is not going to take me longer than an hour, and I made like £300 profit or something ridiculous. So some decent money to be made on Whatnot last night, so I've got to get all these wrapped. And that leads me to another point about Whatnot, right? So again, reselling. But basically what you do, you're on the Vinted monitor, you buy on the Vinted monitor, go and check out my second most recent video. I'll tell you all about the monitor. You buy your shoes, you get your shoes, you scrub them up, watch the previous videos, I showed you how to clean them all. Then once they're clean and dry, you take all your professional photos, then you list them on Vinted, Depop or eBay. Check your sales, you wrap them in parcel bags. I have these ones, again, you can get them on Amazon. It's like, they come in like, I think you can get 50 for like £4 or something like that. It's quite good. It works out like really, really, really cheap, like less than 10p a parcel, which is nothing. Wrap them up, take them to your post office. And a little trick of mine, what I like to do is get myself a Sharpie, and I wrap the shoes, so let's say they're MX 270s. I put on the packet 270, and then where they're going, so in post, raw mail, every, and then I know, put them all in one bag, so I know when I do my rounds of like my post office and in post and that, I know exactly what shoe goes where, so I can just open up my Vinted, scan it at the machine, and then that's that. And that leads me to another point about Whatnot. So I was going to speak to you briefly about Whatnot. Whatnot is a platform that you either make a load of money or you lose a load of money. There's no in between. My first few streams I lost. My past few streams I've gained, but I haven't had enough shoes. You have to have a lot of stock and a lot of good popular stock. People want to see brand new Jordans, brand new P6000s, brand new MX97s, but they want to see them in big sizes. Like, everyone wants, like, you got any size 10s, 11s, 9s, and most of the easy sizes to get are like the 4s, the 5s, the 6s. So Whatnot, you have to have like every size you can think of in every shoe and multiple versions. But that being said, Whatnot is also a very good place to buy. Now, I bought quite a lot of stuff from Whatnot. A lot of the random shoes on here, so like them Spiridons I've got on Whatnot, a lot of Steve Madden shoes, a Montriax tracksuit, right? So this Montriax tracksuit, I got t-shirt and shorts from a Whatnot stream for like 27 quid, I think, all in, including delivery. These are £75 retail, right, and I paid 27, so I've got them listed for 45, I think. If I can sell them for, well, I might, hopefully I'll sell them. If not, I can sell them for 40. I'm still making a good 15 to 20 quid just on those from Whatnot. So my other tip as well, make sure you get a Whatnot login, guys, and just browse, because there'll be a lot of people on there. Now, it is a bit of like a mug game. Like, most of the time you aren't going there to try and mug someone off to try and buy their trainers to resell for more, but then they've gone out of their way to buy those trainers, probably cheaper than what you're paying, but you're still going to make money. Again, like, Whatnot can be tedious, but there are some people on there, like new streamers, like me, for instance. If you come into my streams, mate, you're making a fucking mint, because some of the stuff that I sell goes for ridiculously low pricing. But yeah, get yourself a Whatnot login and go and browse on there. Like Saturday morning, Sunday morning, you're going to see a lot of people on there selling quite cheap stuff. Like there's a lot of big streamers that just constantly flow so much stuff, and every now and then you can grab like a really good steal. Like them Steve Maddens, I got some of those Steve Maddens for like £6-7, I think. They're worth like 25 to 30 quid on eBay. So right, I'm gonna end the stream now. I'm gonna end this camera clip right now, guys, because my camera is about to die. So is my mic. So I guess I'll pick you up. We'll open some parcels today. We'll do some live parcel open on this video because I've got quite a few to pick up. So yeah, I'll see you in the car to pick up some parcels. Yo guys, welcome back to the vlog. Bro, you're not AB. Anyway, so I've got some vintage parcels here. I will give you a little bit of an insight. I have already opened them because I completely forgot that I'm meant to be doing like an opening vintage parcel every single day on TikTok, and I forgot for the past couple of days, and I'm actually still behind because today is, what, the 16th, 17th, 18th of January? It's the 17th of January right now. I just opened 5 and I got to like day 12. So I'm still behind by like 5 days. So I had to catch up. I just basically span them all. Because realistically, the people that see the videos are going to see them on their For You pages. Day whatever, they're not going to know I've just uploaded them unless they're like stalkers. Anyway, so I'm going to show you the shoes we got. So the first pair, which you'll see if you went on TikTok, took me about 3 minutes to open. They wrapped them in about 4 different wrappings. But we got some Nike Blazer lows, which I've never actually sold Blazers. But apparently they're good sellers. And these are, mate, these are like absolutely immaculate. They're literally just need a little bit of a brush in there just to get that dirt out, and that is that. They don't even need a scrub on the side. They don't need a scrub on the top. The laces are all intact. They are very, very nice. Again, I don't know how much I'm going to resell them for, but I would have picked them up for like less than a tenner. So they're really good. Next pair coming in Asda bag. Big up the Asda bag senders. We've got some like Sky Raiders, which are very similar to like VK2s, P6000, A6, New Balance, that kind of vibe. A good female shoe, but again, really clean. And again, I would have picked these up for like less than a tenner in a size 5.5, which is a good size for a female, I think. I think the average female is like a 4, or no, the average shoe for a female is a 5 or 6, so they're good. And then we've got some like running shoes. I don't know the exact make and model, and it doesn't say on the shoe. Again, I've never sold a pair of these before, so I don't know if they're going to sell that well. But they are a UK 4.5, again, decent size for women, and they're really clean. Like, I know I said in my last video, like, don't waste your money on like Povo trainers, but these ones are like good running trainers. Like, just by looking at them, I know they're going to be quite good at selling. Next pair, I'm not too thingied about. They look really quite an ugly shoe. They're like an Air Max 97 in like this kind of pink suede with like this grey. That is if you wear these, no offense, but I would never wear these, and I know my partner would never, and not many females that I've known in life would ever wear these. They're pretty ugly, but someone out there might like them. Again, they're not that bad condition. They need a bit of a clean on the bottom. They're a bit like Terrascapes on the bottom, to be fair. But again, like I said, most shoes you are going to make money on. I know I said in the start of this video, but they're a 97s. They're an actual Air Max. And then the next shoe, right? Well, this is absolutely insane. I'm going to put a little picture up here on the side of how these were listed, but they were listed as like really bad condition, satisfactory 95s. I looked at the pictures and I thought, they're not even that bad. And then when I come to look at the shoe, that's an Air Max 95. Black and orange colourway. Like, they're just dirty. Trust, with a proper big scrub up, yeah? They're coming out in really good condition. Now, I've taken a look and I can see a slight nibble there of a bit of like the rubber, which I don't think will make a massive difference to the sailing shoes. And let me check the other shoe, because maybe there was something on the other shoe, but from what I can see there, again, a slight nibble there, so maybe that is why they are listed quite like that. But they're still quite a good condition shoe, do you know what I mean? Like, I think I picked these up for even cheaper than a tenner. I think I got this for like £8.50, a little bit of a thing there. But these will still sell, because they're in a size 8. These will probably still sell for a good, like, 20 to 30 pounds. Like, maybe I'll get a little bit less, but when I got them, I did think to myself, they're not even in that bad a condition, but we'll see. You never know. So that's that for the parcel opening. I guess I'll see you in the next clip where maybe I'll clean some shoes. I don't know. Yo guys, so it's now the next day. It's now Sunday, and it's quite late actually, to be fair. I actually need to edit this video because this video is going to be out in literally about 2 hours. So it's 5 o'clock right now. So I thought, because it's Sunday at 5 PM, it's a really good time to buy new stock for the week. Well, I say for the week. Realistically, you're not going to get the items you buy on a Sunday till like Thursday, but it's good for like the next weekend. And obviously, weekend's the best time to sell stuff because everyone's browsing and whatnot. But so I'm going to do some live buying, and I'm going to show you it on my phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen record my phone, and you're going to see exactly what I'm seeing on the left or right, whatever side I choose to put it on, and then have it here. But anyway, yeah, so most of the Whatnot stuff I've packaged up. I haven't sent it yet because, annoyingly, my post office is closed on Sundays, and the other post office that I can go to that is open on Sundays is really funny. Like, I've got a really good relationship with my guy who works in the post office. There's 3 of them that work in that post office, and I've got relationships with them all, so I like to take it there because they're happy to accept it. Some post office get funny, like a lot of the bigger Whatnot streamers, they like have like a raw mail pickup. I think it costs, you have to pay for it, obviously. But the thing is, on Whatnot, I'm not at a time yet on my Whatnot career, if you want to call it, where I'm making enough profit to be able to like get Royal Mail to pick it up and all this. Like, I am still kind of like only just making profit, if not like break even. So it's like a little bit. I want to get into Whatnot this year. It's one of my big things. It's one of my big targets this year. But I need to have a lot of stock and a lot of regular stock, and I need to build up capital, whatever you call it. I'm gonna stick to my vinted reselling until I've built up a few £1,000s, and then I'm gonna do like one mad like 4,000 or 5,000 spend in like a week or two. Get like like maybe 200 parcels and just go for a massive Whatnot stream. You should be able to see on the screen right now what I'm seeing. So this is the monitor. You've seen this before in a few videos. I've shown it on my computer and stuff. I'm doing it on my phone, so I'm just going to do some live buying, literally. If something pops up, obviously I'm going to talk, so most of this time I'm not just going to waffle on for ages. 20 quid in a size 34R, which I believe is a size 7. Pretty good colourway. The only thing is I'm not too sure. They could be fakes. So I'm not going to risk those ones because there isn't a label. TNs are like one of the most faked shoe on Vinted. So you've got to be really careful with TNs. Here we go then, guys. We've got some 97s here in a not too bad colourway, but they are really, really, really clean for £10 in a UK size 5. I know. I'm going to click buy now, and hopefully you'll see at the top of the screen if the purchase is successful. If so, I'm getting them for £14.20 all in, which you can see there, which is like including the delivery fees. You're easily getting between £30 and £34 for these in a size 5. There you go. As you can see at the top of the screen, purchase successful. So that there is a guaranteed double your money. I've just made 14 quid just with what, 5 minutes worth of scrolling. As you can see here, another pair of Vapor Max for £6. Pretty good condition, UK size 6. £10 all in. Let's buy and see if we get it. It is a 5.5, so it is a smaller size. But for £6 for a pair of shoes, you can't really go wrong. £10 all in. You're easily doubling, maybe even tripling your money on these. You can sell Vapor Max in that size anywhere from about 25 to 30 quid. So if we can, as you can see, their purchase successful. So that, let's just say 25 quid, that's 15. I just made £30 in that, not even 10 minutes. 30 quid in not even 10 minutes. Where are you getting money like that? Here we go then, guys. We've got a pair of Nike Air Max 95s in a triple black colourway. UK size 7.5, so a really good size. It's only been worn once. This is perfect condition. We're going to try and buy that now because Air Max 95s in a triple black colourway in really good condition, you're getting between 50 and 60 quid. So if we can get these for £24.70 all in and sell for like up to 60 quid, we've just made like £35, get me? And there, boom, just like that, purchase is successful. Now, I'm going to triple check these because I don't know if they could be fake. So obviously, as you guys know, you can go over to your purchase and click the little view item link. I've shown you that in a couple of previous videos. Go watch my monitor video. So we're going to have a look here. So we've got a few more pictures. Obviously, the monitor doesn't show every single picture. It just shows the first 3, so you do have to double check. As you can see there, that label looks like it could potentially be fake. So now, what sometimes you have to do is basically cancel your order. I can see they're fake as well because the soles look really quite plastically. The label is definitely fake. So I'm going to have to cancel those ones. So what I'm going to do, I've gone to the Vinted out, I've gone to the customer, I just click cancel order and just put other and just put think item is counterfeit and just send that. And basically cancel it, and now my order's cancelled, and I will get a full and immediate refund. Anyway, guys, that is the end of the video. I feel like this video is quite long. If it is long, I apologies, but if you did make it this far and you want to join the Vinted Monitor, which I highly recommend, and you want to start your Vinted reselling journey, I go on about it so many times. If you use the code LOCKER, all capitals, LOCKER, it's only £15 for your first month. You can cancel it any time, so you could sign up if you want to and use it for like, I don't know, the 2 weeks of the month, and then decide whether because it's going to take a couple of weeks from the day you join. Because the day you join, you're going to like have to get used to the Vinted Monitor and work out where everything is, and it could take a few hours to sort of train on it with obviously all the videos on there. Then you're going to start buying some stuff. Again, it depends how much money you've got, and then you've got to wait for it to come, then you've got to clean it, then you've got to put it up for sale, and then you've actually got to sell it. So I highly recommend get in, try it out for the first, let's say, 3 weeks, and if by the end of the 3rd week you feel like you haven't made any money or you feel like it's absolute trash, you can cancel it any time, but I can promise you now, I guarantee you won't. You'll absolutely love it. You've just seen there in my evidence of how much money you can make in such a short period of time. It's a shame those 95s were fake. If they weren't fake, that I would have made like, I think like what, £50 to £60 profit just in literally 15 minutes on the monitor. Like imagine if you spent 3 hours on it. Like it's honestly, it's unlimited as well. Like it is genuinely unlimited. You can buy as many as you want. You can clean as many as you want. You can sell as many as you want. But one thing I will say is do not list like 100 items all at once at the exact same time, because Vinted are going to probably ping you as a commercial seller. So you want to divide it up. Like I said, I've said before, like between 10 a day. Like if you list 10 a day throughout the day, like I don't know, a couple in the morning, couple in the daytime, and then like 5 or 6 in the evening. That's the best way to do it, and split up throughout the day. So you just constantly, so your Vinted account is just constantly being uploaded. So it's just constantly pinging items. And yeah, that's your reselling journey. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Comment anything you want to see, or any questions, or any types of videos you want to see. And I'll see you in the next video. Happy reselling. Peace.